championship of the world, Artem the original Harutyunyan. From Newark, New Jersey, Shakur Stevenson. 12 rounds for the WBC lightweight championship of the world.
The pressure is on Shakur Stevenson to perform this weekend. Artem Harutyunyan even says, he keeps it real with Shakur. He says, they want you to lose. And I think that was an interesting statement, and I want to talk about that right now in this video. Shakur Stevenson, he has a chance this weekend at redemption. Shakur Stevenson, very good fighter, skilled fighter. However, he received a lot of criticism for his last fight with Edwin De Los Santos. I almost said Edwin Valero. Edwin De Los Santos. Listen, they combined for like a career low amount of punches. It wasn't an action fight. It was, and listen, I don't need just pure brainless, mindless action to be entertained. But the Shakur fight just wasn't a good fight. It's like going to a restaurant. There, you could go to an Italian restaurant and some are great, but then you go to some Italian restaurants, the food just isn't good. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. Styles make fights. People perform how they perform. Shakur, you know, of course, said his shoulder, his hand, his stomach, all these things, why he looked how he looked. Don't care about none of that. We've seen Michael Jordan play with 103-degree fever. Kobe Bryant played when he was sick and off no sleep. You're a champion, you got to get it done. That's the expectation at the highest level, which Shakur is regarded. He's considered one of the four kings and this, that, and the third. Now, they just did the weigh-in. Both fighters looked in shape. We have ourselves to fight. They were mic'd up, and Shakur Stevenson and Artem Harutyunyan, there was a point where they had an exchange, and you know, Harutyunyan's flexing and doing all this other stuff, but Shakur was like, that don't matter, who cares, wait till tomorrow. But the interesting thing was when Artem said to Shakur Stevenson, they want you to lose. They want you to lose. Shakur even acknowledged this, so he heard him and he acknowledged it, and Shakur Stevenson said, I know. So that was really an admission from Shakur Stevenson that somebody, this alleged they, want him to lose. So I thought that was an interesting, very interesting dialogue, because you have Shakur Stevenson, he's about to enter free agency, and this is his final fight with Top Rank. Shakur has not played it well, in my opinion, by showing his hand too much. He doesn't seem like he's going to re-sign with Top Rank. I mean, ultimately, that's his decision. But from what he said, to me, it doesn't sound like he's planning on staying, AKA he doesn't sound happy. He said that he's had several rants where he said he's being blackballed. He can't get none of the good fights. He wants to fight Lomachenko. He wants to fight Tank. And Top Rank has not facilitated these fights for him. So he sounds pretty disenchanted with the whole process. He's even openly said stuff like, Top Rank has stifled and stalled out my career, which I think maybe a portion you can blame on Top Rank, but another portion is just the way Shakur fights, because a promoter can't hold you back if the people are resonating with the brand and with the person. Like, for example, let's say Gervonta Davis was signed to Top Rank. I'm not saying he would be as big, because I think the PBC engine for how they brand and build a fighter is a bit different. However, he's still producing crazy knockouts, so people would want to see his technique, his skill set, and the crazy knockout. So you can really put a person that has the right style with any promoter, and it's gonna probably fare well, more so than a fighter who the fans are saying is a runner, is boring. That's just what it is, because as we know, styles make fight. So I don't think you can blame everything on Top Rank. I think Shakur has also, not only his style in the ring, but how he acts outside the ring and going on social media and saying these things, he's also kind of turned fans off in that regard as well. So you can't really just blame everything on Top Rank. Now you can say Top Rank don't know how to manage or promote black fighters, or they don't put their best foot forward, whatever. But there are elements where accountability is needed. And I think there's certain decisions in Shakur's career and stylistic decisions in the ring, but also behavior outside of the ring that Shakur could have changed himself, but hasn't. And that's kind of why he's at the position he's in, where he's not lined up for the big fights. Like his last fight, Top Rank gave you a PBC fighter that on paper, it was supposed to be a great fight. If you watch all of my content before the fight actually happened, I was all in on Shakur Stevenson, Edwin De Los Santos. I was like, this is gonna be a good fight. It's a great stylistic matchup. And that is one of those rare fights where Boxing Ego got it wrong in terms of what I thought to be a sure shot. Like, we were gonna at least see a great performance by one person, you know, be it an upset or be it Shakur getting off. And then it was just a complete dud, like one of the worst fights of that year type of thing. That's rare, where I get it that wrong. So that's what I'm saying. Things like that, you can't really blame Top Rank for that. They didn't make you fight like that. They didn't mess up your shoulder, your hand, etc. But back to what Artem Harutyunyan said, very interesting stuff, because he was training out of the Top Rank gym, which I told you guys, if you follow my channel, make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button. He's training out of the Top Rank gym, so quiet as kept, there could be some kind of silent pact like, yo, if you look good here, or if you beat Shakur in the upset fashion, we'll promote you, like we'll sign you to a deal. Like you've seen Gustavo Lemos, he had a good performance on a Matchroom card with Richardson Hitchens, even though he lost, Top Rank signed him. Sandor Martin, I've always said and stated that I thought he beat Teofimo Lopez. After that performance, even in the loss, Top Rank signed him. So there might be some, you know, behind the scenes deal where Top Rank is interested if Artem Harutyunyan can at least, even if he loses, but preferably if he wins, if he can at least acquit himself well, maybe Top Rank would sign him. So there's a lot on the line. And the fact that he was training out the Top Rank gym and Shakur has had this pretty much an ongoing feud with Top Rank and expressed discontent in his promotional situation and openly said that he's going to go where it makes the most sense for him. And Eddie Hearn has publicly showed interest in saying, hey, we would love to get Shakur Stevenson over here. I think this is a truly dangerous fight for Shakur Stevenson. Boxing is the theater of the unknown. Expect the unexpected. There's a lot of people who watch my channel, and when I say these things, they're like, oh man, you tripping, and they don't think much of it. And then when the fight actually happens, and then you see what Boxing Ego was saying before the fight, like with Haney Garcia, it's the perfect example. I said, I do not like this fight for Devin Haney. Lose-lose situation. There's not much for him to gain here. When I said that in real time, people said, oh, you're tripping. Devin's gonna wash him. Devin's gonna clear Ryan Garcia. And you've seen none of that happen. He's in the worst position, both fighters, not just Devin, but Ryan Garcia. It was like they offed each other's career for different reasons. Ryan kamikazed his own career by saying racist stuff and testing positive and put the asterisks by the win, all this type of stuff. But then he took Devin with him. So he's like one of the suicide bombers with the bomb strapped to the chest and you just blow everybody up. So that's where both of them are at for different reasons. And I told you guys this, and then it happened. So don't be surprised here. I'm saying this, if the fight is close, don't be surprised if it's like a split decision, majority decision, or dodgy scorecard, or, you know, Artem Harutyunyan is right. Because who is they? He said they want you to lose. That was very deliberate. Think about what the man just said. That was a very deliberate statement. They want you to lose. So to me, I'm interpreting, you guys let me know if I'm tripping, if I'm bugging, cap or fact. but I'm interpreting it as Top Rank, because who else is they? The fans? You know what I mean? I don't know, but whatever he was talking about, I think it's going to be very interesting. Now, Artem Harutyunyan, if you want me to do a separate Ego Weight Watchers video, type ew. Artem ew in the comment section. Artem and EWW for Ego Weight Watchers, and I'll make that video. But just to give you guys a preview, Artem Harutyunyan's in shape, and he's playing kind of bashful and stuff like that, but I think he's really going to come to fight. And Shakur has minimal power, so if he can't early get complete control of the fight, I think it's going to be real interesting, because I believe what Artem Harutyunyan said, they want you to lose. So I don't, it's funny that I'm the only one in boxing who talks about certain things. That was an important statement. If the fight is close, don't be surprised if it's like some Pacquiao, Jeff Horn stuff, right? He just said they want you to lose. When have you ever seen a B-side who's not aligned with the promoter, and then they come where the A-side is, and then they say something like they want you to lose? Like, you've never seen a person like Ricardo Nunes getting ready to fight Gervonta Davis and say they want you to lose at the weigh-in, because it would be like, who is they? The fight was in Baltimore, so Tank's crowd didn't want him to lose. The promoters want to keep the gravy train because they were building Tank Davis, so it couldn't be the promoter, so it wouldn't really make sense in that situation. But the fact that you have an outsider who currently, to our knowledge, is not signed with Top Rank, and he randomly said that they want you to lose, and Shakur said, I know. To me, that means behind the scenes, because you would have to ask yourself this, and I'll leave you guys with this Ego final thought. They want you to lose. One, who is they? And then two, how does Artem Harutyunyan know that, right? How would he know that they want you to lose unless there's conversations behind the scenes being had where, you know, his coach is telling them, yeah, I talked to some Top Rank people and they don't like Shakur. He's a pain in the neck. And for real, that's kind of how Top Rank gets down, in terms of, if you don't, almost like if you're not subservient and you're not like a Lomachenko where you kind of just fit in to their programming, they'll go against you, you know, because like you're more of a headache than what it's worth. And I think recently, especially, that's been Shakur. He's been too vocal. He's expressed discontent and displeasure with his promotional, and he's saying Bob need to shut up and he don't even run his company. Top Rank resents that, and they'll make you pay for it. So if this fight is even remotely close, man, I can't wait. We'll be here. We'll be here to talk about it. So Shakur, I hope he knows what he's doing, because he's going against the machine right here, and he doesn't have the most power. So if he doesn't put on a spectacular performance, things could get really interesting. If he dominates, then it is what it is. Like, he would have to do like Terrence Crawford did with Kell Brook. But if it's like a tooth and nail fight, or even similar to Edwin De Los Santos, where you can't really tell, you know, who won, no one's really winning clearly, don't be surprised if them scorecards look crazy. Crazy.